I was clearing the loft over the weekend to try and get some things ready for this eventual move. Just get rid of some stuff. And I found a box full of random papers.
Yeah.
And some of it was old uni essays.
Yeah.
And just looking back on the comments and reading these essays going, what the hell was I talking about? Like, I don't know.
Yeah.
But I also found, it went down memory lane, loads of things from when I was 18. Did you ever used to have 18th birthday parties a lot in that year?
Yeah.
So I found pristine 18th birthday party invites, right? Parties, but the best bit I found, because at one of my friends' joint 18th parties, my band, not M6 sadly, my other band before then, one and only gig was at one of these 18th parties.
Right.
And I found in pristine the original set list for that gig, and I was looking at it going, Mike will have a lark at this. Do you want to know some of the songs?
Of course I do.
So we did a couple of covers, because obviously we had but barely any of our own songs. So we did Time Was Running Out by Muse and Basket Case, Green Day.
Everyone does Basket Case.
And we did like a Mission Impossible interlude where we did a rocky version. Right, so here are the 4 song titles we had, which were original songs, right?
Right, go on.
One was called Freeze Tag / Apple Bagel.
It's catchy.
No idea. One, Song of Deliverance. Again, no idea. But I remember in the chorus of that, the second line, the guy who's our singer, something like, "Oh, this is a song of David." And I used to say to him, "Is that about me?" "No, it's not about you. It's about me, isn't it?" "Not about you." He made, "It's about me, isn't it?" Rock in This Pocket.
Sorry. Rock in this pocket.
Yeah.
Is this an erection? Is that?
I think that was it. That was a slight reference from a quote from Simpsons.
About someone's penis?
No. Well, technically, yeah, actually. It was a bit...
Do you like the size of my rock in my pocket?
It was a bit when... There was a scene with Mr. Burns and Smithers when a rocket lands in Mr. Burns' pocket, and Mr. Burns says, "There's a rocket in my pocket," and Smithers says, "Oh, you don't have to tell me, sir." And the other one was called Never Forget You. So, yeah. Original set list, pristine. Consider this.
Can you remember the lyrics to Never Forget You?
Yes, the chorus was literally just "Never Forget You" repeated 3 times. But yeah,
whatever happened to this band, David?
It just disappeared. One and only gig. That's all we needed, and we retired.
Yeah.
Are
you still friends with the band?
Yeah. So I've not spoken to the drummer and the singer for years, but Ben was the bassist.
Oh right, okay.
Yeah. So, but yeah, we were called Consider This, and it was Ben came up with the name of that.
Consider this.
Yeah, consider this. And just like this podcast, we have to consider questions.
Oh.
That's a great link to say, hello, everybody, and welcome to this episode of A Daft Question. This is the podcast, of course, where we debate the questions you never thought you needed answering. At the helm, David Evans here. And joining me, as always, is the man who lifts restrictions to my locking them down. It's Mr. Michael Malins. Evening, Mike.
Hi, David. How are you?
I'm all right, as you would say. How about you?
I'm starting to think I won't say it anymore.
I'm
good. I'm good. But I think congratulations to you, David.
Yes.
You are a uncle for the 17,000th time.
Umpteenth time, yeah.
So congratulations.
Yeah.
Can we say the name?
I don't know.
Fine.
So we'll say for this week. I'll get. I'm sure I'll easy permission. But
because I've got a little joke. If we can say the name,
go on then. Why not? No.
Okay. Well, yeah. You can always check, and then if not, just
no. Sorry, one of Catherine's friends just had a baby the next day called Noah. So it's not.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So it's Holly is the baby.
Holly. Yes.
Holly. Yes. What's your joke then? Go on.
So now we just need to get her and my daughter in a room and sing Holly and Ivy together.
Yes. Hey. I did not think of that. Yeah.
Holly and the Ivy.
Oh, what a beautiful voice. Whatever happened to M6?
It never started. There was traffic.
I'll text my sister that, actually. Because I think I need to work that in somehow, and she's going to have that for the rest of her life.
Yeah.
So poor child. So so we're here.
Congratulations, David.
Thank you very much. Thank you. I will. I'll humbly take that congratulations and take all the glory. Not my sister.
Indeed,
I will take the glory.
I find. I mean, you're an uncle, and it's awesome. But I do find it a little bit funny that your grandma, your granddads, your uncles, aunties, cousins, you all get like, oh, congratulations. I've not really done much, but yeah, thank you. Grandparents is the best. Oh, congratulations.
Thanks.
Yeah, thanks.
Number 8 of the podcast, Mike. We're nearly getting double digits soon. Double digits, come on. We're still going. We're still there.
Well, one or two people still like us.
Yeah.
Although we did get another 5-star review, at least one this week, from someone that, and this is great, from someone like our Facebook friends, hung out quite a bit in the early 2000s, just for the pod, but we've always stayed Facebook friends or whatever. And it turns out that she's given us a 5-star review, and she's listening to the pod.
I think we're on 24 now.
Yes.
So we're one away from that goal last week of 25.
And then as soon as we hit 25, we want 50.
Yes, come on. So if you've got iTunes, it literally takes a minute to do. I took my own advice the other night. I was listening to a podcast, one of the many podcasts I listen to, and I thought, right, I'm going to find all the podcasts I haven't put a 5-star review on. And I literally spent the time, I gave them all a 5-star review and a comment. And it took me 2 minutes, literally 2 minutes. So if that takes 2 minutes, it will take you 10 seconds. And you can listen to this.
And it would mean the world to us.
It would. And I looked at the new and noteworthy section on iTunes the other day, and all the new ones had about 30 ratings. So when we get to 30, we might get to that new and noteworthy.
30 bastards.
Yeah, come on, let's get. You wait until you see these podcasts who've got like 2,000 ratings.
Yeah, maximum 1 or 2.
So if you've got a minute, please do so. Now, should we go to the first part of the podcast, Mike? It's correspondence time.
Whoop, whoop.
And before we get to correspondence, it's your favourite bit, Mike. Tell people where they can follow and send in their correspondence.
So, Twitter and Instagram at a Daft Question. Send us a DM, comment on a picture, tweet us, hashtag ADQ, whatever you want. Email us adaftquestion@gmail.com or YouTube us and just search a Daft Question and comment below a video.
Wait, and we did get a comment.
We did. That's the first bit of my correspondence, our first YouTube comment. Slagging you off though, David.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. He did text me this as well. This said
right.
So and Mrs. E as well said also, you do know it's this? And I'm like, okay, fine.
I completely forgot.
Yeah. Oh.
But Matthew Hobbs commented that Frankenstein isn't the monster.
Yes, that's the creator, isn't it?
Yeah.
So apologies to all those who are offended by that, of course.
So we'll just redo the pod another time.
Yeah. I think people would know that's what we meant. I think they know that's what we meant.
Well, I think they did, but then I don't think it helped when I just kept going. I think that pretty much makes it clear that we thought it was the monster himself.
Yeah. Oh well.
Yeah. Oh well. Still worked.
So thank you, Hobbs, for your YouTube comment. Any other correspondence from last week?
Yeah, we couple still staying on the same theme of the monsters.
Okay.
So you ran a poll on Twitter, I noticed.
Oh yes, I thought I'd follow your suit from Instagram.
Poll of which monster would make the worst office colleague, and Dracula won with a good solid 60%.
Yes, come on, Dracula, be the worst.
But then someone commented on that at Tobias Hogg 2, which he's my cousin, but I'm interested to know how many other Tobias Hoggs there are, because if there's Tobias Hogg 2, then who on earth has got Tobias Hogg 1?
That's a very specific name.
It is, isn't it? Tobias Hogg. I mean, it's a good name, but surely there's not 2 of them out there. Or technically even 3, because someone could have at Tobias Hogg, at Tobias Hogg 1, at Tobias Hogg 2. So I want to know who the other 2. I might just tweet them and say, "Are you real?"
Get them together in a kind of social distance meetup. Yeah. The Tobias Hogg Chronicles share their stories.
Hoggy. Right. So at Tobias Hogg 2, he commented saying that the zombie would make the worst office colleague because it would be brain dead, so wouldn't do much, if anything, around the office, and would try to eat and kill you at a first moment.
Okay, fair point. Fair point.
Yeah, so I think we missed a trick there.
Yeah.
So thank you for that, Tobias Hogg 2. I've got something on me.
What's that on your
thumbnail?
Oh, he's having a taste.
I think it's my tea.
What's the tea?
It was duck and chips.
Oh.
So I think this is the sauce.
Oh, a bit of duck sauce.
And then the last one, I think we need to mention at Stu J4Z, sorry, putting that photo together of me and the Bacardi Breezes and the milk tray. Thank you very much. It raised a tickle in the Maylands Ashbrook household.
It did. And I know you saw the DM as well from Simon Gold.
I have just before I went and sent Ivy to bed.
And just to describe it, it's Simon and Stu on a stag do in Blackpool, where he did indeed on the top bunk collapse into the bottom bunk, which is everyone's top bunk nightmare. Looking at no one underneath, but
no one was at the bottom.
No, it was very funny to watch. So cheers, Simon, for that. That was really good. So correspondence-wise,
is done.
Lovely jubbly. Let's get on to first question, shall we, Mike?
Mm-hmm.
Michael, the full English breakfast. It is probably the goat of all meals. And for some strange reason, when you go to a hotel and they're doing all-you-can-eat buffet breakfast, it seems to taste better. I don't know why. Maybe that's another question for another time. But my question today, to start us off, is what is the ultimate full English breakfast?
Well, David.
Well... originally I was gonna say maybe to make this even harder, we should restrict the items on the breakfast. But I thought, no, Mike, I can't do that to you.
Okay, what were you thinking to restrict?
I thought whether you'd have to only go for one meat and maybe 3 or 4 kind of sides or additions. But I thought, no, I can't do that because too much variety. So let's go for it, Mike. What are you going
for? So the bare minimum.
Yeah.
Is 3 sausage, 3 bacon.
Okay, that's a lot already. Go on.
the bare minimum.
That's a minimum. Okay.
I can easily, more than happy to have 4 of each.
Okay.
But I think as a bare minimum, like 2's just like, is there any point? I think 1, obviously, no. There is no point.
Yeah, I think you're going to have a lot of bacon. I think sausages, you're getting to a point when you get to 4.
Really?
Yeah, I think so. Especially you've got everything else on that plate as well. I think bacon's quite easy to digest. There's a bit more effort with sausages, I think, depending on the size of the sausage as well.
Okay, then. So what would your bacon sausage ratio be?
I think I'd easily go up to 4 on a bacon.
Yeah.
I'd probably go, again, depending on the size of the sausages, I'd probably say 2.
Okay, right, okay. 4 bacon, 2 sausage.
Yeah, if it's a really thick sausage, then I think there's a lot more work to go into eating that. I think 2. You get those little tiny chipolata sausages, you can get sometimes.
Are we still talking about full Englishes?
I am if you are. But yeah, I'm going for 2 on mine.
Okay. All right, yeah, 4 bacon, 2 sausage. Okay, cool.
Okay.
Black pudding.
Oh, no, I'm a hard no for black pudding. Sorry.
No.
I'm a hard no.
Hard no. Is it more the idea of what black pudding is?
Both that and the taste.
Okay.
Just not a fan.
You disappoint me, David.
Well, I disappoint a lot of people, so. Okay, so you're going for black pudding, I'm saying.
So I say 2 good thick slices of black pudding.
Yep, okay.
Now with eggs.
Oh, now I did note this. Where'd you go with eggs, Mike? Where's your choice?
It depends where you are. Because I love a scrambled egg.
Yep, me too.
But some scrambled eggs can just be shit.
That is
can be watery, runny, falls apart in like just you stick a fork in. There's just some of them you just think, no, I'm not even going near you.
Okay.
And then you have to have an egg.
Right, okay. So would you?
So you have to have a fried egg.
A fried egg, okay.
Ideally, it would be scrambled, 3 eggs.
Yeah.
It's funny though, if 3 eggs for scrambled, only 2 for fried, I'd have. Usually.
Yeah, that
Again,
makes sense.
if the offer's there, like the 4 sausages and the 4 bacon, I'd have a third egg, fried egg. But usually it'll be 2 fried eggs.
See, in an ideal world, I'd have scrambled eggs. But if you gave me a fried egg, in an ideal world, somehow do it where you cut out the white and you just have the dippy egg.
Really? Okay.
Proper dippy egg. Because for that egg, all I want to do is dip my toast in, dip my other bits in, have it as a bit of like a dippy egg.
Right.
That's it. But yeah, scrambled all the way for me.
Okay.
I'd have a fried egg if it's there, but if I get the choice, scrambled.
But you agree that you can get some shit scrambled eggs?
Yeah, definitely. And I think you've got to know if the place does that type of scrambled egg. Otherwise, you're playing a risk.
I don't think I'd get scrambled eggs at Spoons. I think I'd get a fried egg. I don't know if I have.
I don't think I trust.
I don't think I trust their scrambled eggs. Give me undercooked sausages and bacon. Yeah, that's fine. But scrambled eggs, don't you dare be messing with them.
Would you like any scrambled eggs? No, I don't trust your scrambled eggs. Thank you very much.
Who's the chef? Unless it's Gordon Ramsay, I ain't interested.
Okay, so eggs mainly scrambled, but it can vary. What else are you going for on that?
So mushrooms.
Right, where are you going with mushrooms? Are you going for your big round
small ones?
Yes, thank you.
I don't mind a big one, and if that's the option, that's fine. But it's not as good. You get your small fried ones.
Are we still talking about mushrooms there, aren't we?
We're still talking about mushrooms.
Okay, so we go for your small kind of
small
mushrooms,
whatever you call them. Chop them up. Yeah, I much prefer them over the big ones.
Okay.
Now, 2 bits of controversy, I think.
Okay, this is what we're waiting for. This is what the listeners are waiting for.
No tomato.
I'm all with you.
Good man.
I'm all with you on no tomato.
I'm not a fan of it, but I just think, like, why have some salad and you're full English or fruit, whatever it is? But why ruin it?
Yeah, I'm not a fan in general of tomatoes anyway.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm very much.
No, I'm not either. I'm not.
I'm very much on the no tomato bandwagon on that one. If I get a tomato and it hasn't touched any of the meat, I'll give that to Catherine.
Oh, I'll try and pass it on to Lucy, but I won't eat it.
Yeah, no.
Lucy tries to sneak tomatoes. She'll cook me like my lunch or tea or whatever, and she'll. It's a game. Well, it's a game to her. Fucking annoying to me. She'll try and hide tomatoes in my food, and then afterwards she'll look at me like, "Do you enjoy that?" And you can obviously only say yes because my darling girlfriend, fiance, has just made it for me, and she'll be like, "Good," because there's a tomato in there. 1-0 to me. So I literally now have to check everything she makes for me.
You're trying to say that Lucy treats you the same as a child, as tries to sneak food in there.
Right. We said this earlier. Ivy's got a toy, like a dog toy, and you press a button. It's like, I go and play games or do whatever, right? And there's one that you press in. It goes, if I'm a good boy, I get treats. And I just turned to Lisa and went, yeah, that's me all over. If I've done something nice, Lisa will be like, got you some ice cream.
Okay, so
no tomatoes.
Yes, no tomatoes. What's the other controversial one then?
Spaghetti hoops over baked beans.
Oh.
Because I'm not baked bean guy in the slightest.
You see, I'd easily have baked beans. For me, baked beans has to be in its own kind of separate quadrant on the plate.
And there's a lot of people like that. There's a lot of people like that.
Can't be mixing all that. Can't be in the middle. Can't mix all around. It's got to be a sept place.
Who puts baked beans in the middle?
I know. Can you imagine someone like sprays it all or gets a tin and just like drowns it? But if the option was there, I would go for spaghetti hoops. I don't think anyone really offers that.
Really?
Yeah, I'd go for hoops.
Brilliant. Well, that makes me feel better.
Okay, so this is going quite easy now. So on the toast factor, are you going for toast or are you going for fried bread?
I'm going for both, David.
Oh,
why only settle for one of them? So you have at least 2 rounds of bread, white bread, ideally. So 2 slices of toast, white bread, and then 2 slices of fried bread.
See, I haven't had fried bread since I was a kid.
Yeah, it's been a while since I've had it.
I mean, I was happy to have it, but I'd probably have toast still now over it now.
Okay.
Okay. So at the moment, we're saying 4 rashers of bacon.
In an ideal world,
Yeah,
if 4 rashers of bacon,
2 plus sausages, depending on the
2
size.
to 4 sausages.
Oh no, hang on, hash browns.
Oh yeah, of course. Yes,
Good
sorry.
hash
Yes,
browns.
hash browns, 4 of them.
You know what? Actually, I would say 4 of them on that one.
Yes.
I would say. Would you, though, automatically, if you could in a perfect world, have the McDonald's hash brown?
Yeah, because I think like you can't. I don't think you can beat a McDonald's breakfast.
No.
So the hash brown that they offer is up there with the best.
Hang on a second. A Premier Inn all-you-can-eat buffet breakfast or a McDonald's breakfast?
Oh no, it's all you can eat.
Yeah, there we go.
All you can eat fried. I mean, I don't know if you can have all you can eat these days. I don't know what the rules are for buffets.
Yeah, probably can't.
But all you can eat Premier Inn breakfast is the Don.
Okay, so bacon, sausage, hash brown, eggs, preferably scrambled.
Yeah.
We're saying mushrooms, but the chopped variety.
Yep.
We're saying hoops over beans.
Yes.
Toast or fried bread. I think we can say either one of that one. Have we missed anything out? I don't know if we've missed anything else.
And I'd be up for this as well. Some places, depending on what time of day you go, offer you chips. And I'd have chips.
I'd have it, but I think as a traditionalist, I'd be like, I'm all right.
No, if the option was there for me, I'd
but
be like, yeah, go on.
If it was chips in replace of something else, though, if you said chips or hash brown, I'd probably still go for hash brown.
Yeah, I think if it was the choice between them two, I'd probably still go hash brown.
Some places do like little sauté potatoes.
Not over a hash brown, but if it was as well as, then yeah.
Okay, I know we've talked about this before. Drink, because I know what your go-to drink is. It's a full-fat pop.
Full-fat Coke and a cup of a black Americano.
I think I'd go for tea or an orange juice. But I'm with you on the pop though. Depending especially if you've been on a night out, I think that you need.
If we have bacon butties here at the weekend, we'll always have a can of Coke or Coke Zero in the fridge.
I think so. Okay, so.
But then if it was an all you can eat, I'm going everywhere. I'll order because I think you have to order Coke from like the bar bit.
Yes.
So I'll have that. I'll have my coffees. I'll have the fruit juices. I'll have the muffins.
Do you have like the granola stuff? Do you pack in?
No, behave.
No. I was going to say, what is your tactic for an all-you-can-eat? Do you literally go full on from first plate, or do you build yourself up?
Yeah, I think I go full on. No, I don't. No, that's a lie. I go for the continental breakfast first.
Oh, okay. Ooh, la, la.
So I'll just put your hams, your cheeses, your breads, your muffins, and then I just won't stop until I'm full on the Friday breakfast. I once, in fact, no, I won't tell that story. It doesn't matter.
I think on reverse, I'll go for the full English, have a bit more extra.
Oh, okay then.
And then if I've got a bit more room, I'll go continental then. Go for your pastries, your
As in like, so you see it more of a dessert type thing than a starter.
You got your pan au chocolat with your chocolate.
Yeah.
You got your pastries that can have like your lemon or your strawberry things in the middle.
Mm-hmm.
I'd go for that one.
Okay.
So
interesting.
If I could just have all you can eat breakfast every day as all meals, I'd probably easily have that.
Yeah.
Easily. Would you now go for steak on breakfast, as advised by our listener and good friend of the show, Andy?
I'm well up for trying steak for breakfast.
Yeah. Do you think you'd need a full-size steak for breakfast?
I always need a full-size steak.
Does that take away from the other options on your plate? Do you think you've got to reduce your options on your plate if you've got a big steak? Do you take away the bacon and sausage, for example?
I mean, not completely.
Okay.
I think I'd just slightly reduce it.
Just go for the 3 sausages.
No, I'm not choosing bacon. I'm not choosing steak over bacon and sausage.
Okay, but do you think you'd have to maybe reduce like your hoops count or your mushroom count or stuff like that?
If it was my first meal of the day, then yes.
Okay.
Well, no, sorry, no. It would be my first meal of the day. If it was first thing, then yes. If it was brunch, about 11ish, and I hadn't eaten before then, then I don't think I would. I think I'd be like, I'm going to town on this. Because if by any luck, then you don't need any tea.
That is true, actually. You could ride the crest of your full stomach throughout the rest of the evening. Then get to like late on and be like, oh, I'll have a bowl of Cocoa Pops.
Yeah. That's soup.
Okay, so we're saying, what is the ultimate full English? We're basically going for at least on that plate, bacon and sausage, hash brown, toast or fried toast or both, scrambled eggs, beans, sliced mushrooms, and a drink of either pop or tea or orange juice.
Or coffee.
Yes, we've cracked it. Full English.
Boom.
Done. Right. We've set ourselves up. Let's get to the next question.
Yes.
Sorry, Mike. We've always wanted a sidekick in life. I'm sure everybody wants a wise-cracking sidekick along them all the time, following them around and being their helper, friend. But what I want to know, Mike, is what animal would make the best permanent sidekick in your life?
You ready for this?
I'm ready. Here we go. Mike with his little animal sidekick. What you got?
A robin.
Okay.
Because I'm Batman. Okay.
Okay. I thought there was some real genius to that method then, but oh well. That failed.
So my genuine answer.
Okay.
Would be a chimpanzee.
Okay.
Because they can practically do what you do.
Yeah.
And you won't mess if you saw a chimpanzee on heat, you won't mess with him. So I could have them following me around. I could see a group of 10-year-olds.
Attack, Maurice, attack!
Yes, and be like, not for me. Come on, lad. You take him out. Like 10-year-olds, I mean, I would be, but 10-year-olds would be shit scared of a chimpanzee running towards them.
Northern Man's chimpanzee this week gave 10 children rabies.
Oh yeah, he always does that. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, I think a monkey in general is a sound choice. That was my number one choice. That's what most people would probably go for anyway, wouldn't they?
Well, I mean, unless you're sea-based.
Yeah.
Unless you're living in the sea, then it'd have to be like a shark, probably.
Shark or a friendly dolphin, something like that.
No, because it's friendly.
A killer whale, both friendly in the Free Willy style and deadly in the killer whale.
Yeah, see, a whale. Yeah, a whale you could, but I'd be interested to speak to a shark. Like, I imagine you'd be able to talk to your sidekick, just you and them, just telepathically, whatever. And I'd be interested to see what they get up to on a day-to-day basis.
You've added levels to this now. Now you can telepathically talk to them. This is very much like there's a series on BBC at the moment. I think it's a new series starting this month called His Dark Materials, which is based off the.
I've heard.
And this is the concept is that you've got your soul is an animal psychic that's forever with you.
Okay.
So it'd be kind of like that. I put down a couple of suggestions. A chameleon, just thinking, well, they could blend in anywhere.
And then you can't find them.
Yeah, but then they could spy on things for you. They could blend into the walls.
Oh, okay then. Yeah. Good thinking.
They're pocket size. You can carry them with you anywhere and hide them. Because I think larger animals like a lion or stuff like that, and you've got to think of the practicalities. It's not going to fit in the house.
Well, that's where you just have a cage out back.
Cage for a lion. You have to build a whole you'd have to buy land just to let it roam about.
You don't let him roam. Just stick him in a cage.
Why are you moving? Oh yeah, we need some land for my lion. The one I went for was a hawk.
Okay then.
Okay, hawk. They're loyal. You can train them to fly places and deliver little messages.
Are they loyal?
You. I mean, that's what I'm guessing. You just
oh right, okay. Are we just guessing things now? All right. Well, I'm going to pick a parrot because their wings can turn to knives. I'm not entirely sure about that. I'm just guessing, David.
You just stick your arm out and they just appear on your arm. Look quite cool. Just be like, it's like Thor's hammer. Just stick your arm out and a lion. Hawk just appears. But the one practical thing I thought Hawk could do is if you're stuck on the motorway and you're thinking, how long's this queue? Just fly the hawk off. Say, just go off and tell me how long this queue and tell me where it stops.
Okay.
Come back and say to you, it's about a mile long. You'll be done in 10 minutes. Done.
Handy.
So, I mean, a robin could do that, I guess.
I imagine any animal, unless it was a snake or a snail or a slug. But any animal would be able to do that for you, David.
But if you're a hawk is strong enough to say, if you're in the car, you're going to be stuck for a while, right? Can you go give some Mackies? Here's some money. Just go to the drive-through, bring it back.
I like that.
See what I mean?
Would they accept a hawk at the drive-through? Because I've seen photos of people having to like make cardboard cars just when McDonald's opened after lockdown, the first one. Oh, yeah. Do you remember the first one? Oh, memories. People would go in cardboard cutouts of cars just to get into drive-through, and I don't think they got accepted.
I think they'd be so impressed with a hawk turning up with a card for contactless. Look, it just needs to contactless the card.
Is this yours? I don't believe you. Have you got any other identification to prove?
Can I check your card? Oh, Mr. Hawk. Yes, there you go, sir. Thank you. Just swipe it, get the hawk, fly off back to your car. Thank you, Hawk. Sit back on your perch on the top of the car on the roof rack.
You wouldn't even keep him in the car?
Well, he or she would probably like the fresh air, wouldn't he? You don't want a cage of a hawk, would
you? So they can just have the window open. If you've got a hawk as a sidekick, you can't.
But it's ready. Yeah, but you can't then keep it caged, can you? It's ready to run errands for you if need be.
That's what the windows are for. I mean, to be fair, I just said I'd keep a lion in a cage. I can't really talk about animal cruelty.
Okay, so we're going for either a chimpanzee or a hawk. Psychic. Who about worst ones? Who'd really?
Oh, you've sprung that on me.
You mentioned a snail because it would just.
Yeah, I was going to say for speed, like snail, slug, would this just kill it? Like there'd be no point in it. Yeah, I'm nearly there. Hang on.
An elephant, maybe, because again,
elephant would be quite decent.
No practicality once again. Got to buy land.
But think of the fun elephant rides you could have.
How about but elephants could easily kill the people just with a stamp of a foot.
That's why you want a sidekick. Yeah. That's why I'm picking the chimpanzee as my bodyguard,
just for protection.
A frog, I think that would be pretty useless.
Okay.
What can a frog do? Just jump high.
Yeah, don't know. Yeah. Win jumping contests. I don't
know. Yeah.
Yeah. I think anything slow, slimed based.
What's yours?
I mean, I was going for a slug as well. Maybe I was a hamster, but hamsters are all right, aren't they? Maybe a chinchilla or something like that. No, what's the other one? Not a hamster. What's the other one?
Gerbil.
Gerbil. That's it. They just make those funny noises, don't they, all day?
Well, don't hamsters and chinchillas? I don't know what they.
I've no idea.
What I think is it hamster? Is that a hamster or gerbil? I think it's hamsters. You can't have two in the same cage because they will fight until one of them's dead.
I
think it's hamster.
How about a fish, actually? Because you'd have to permanently carry around water for it to be transported with you.
But then that if you're sea-based, then
it's probably
you're
fine,
right.
Yeah. But then a goldfish, it's going to forget after.
Yeah, a goldfish should just forget why it's even there. Tell me how long this queue is. I forgot what you said. Yeah, there's nicer the goldfish.
Okay,
over there.
So I think goldfish is probably the easiest one, as the worst one. Goldfish snail, something like that.
Goldfish and a snail, yeah.
Or a goldfish snail hybrid.
Oh, if we're going hybrids, let's go for a shark chimpanzee.
That's the ultimate protection. The body of a chimpanzee and the head of a shark.
I think practicality would have to be the body of a chimpanzee, but on a bigger scale because it bulks up. What was that kids' TV? There was a kids' TV show. Was it Shark Heads or something? There was a kids' TV show of buff sharks.
And we're still talking about animals here, sidekicks.
Let me see if I can quickly YouTube it. Kids' TV.
Michael,
sharks.
Delete browser history. Mike, what's this thing about buff shark? No, look at that.
Sharky and George. Have you heard they're doing a reboot of Saved by the Bell?
Yes, have you seen the trailer for it?
I have. It's pretty good, to be fair.
And they've got most of the original cast back for it.
They have, yeah. Screech obviously is a no-go.
Yeah, it's a no-go. But I think I think I saw the recent one. Zach was in it, and I don't think he's aged well in the last couple of years.
Do you not think?
No.
I mean, I think AC Slater looks like he's not even left that decade.
Watch that trailer, the recent one, and then go on YouTube and search for Jimmy Fallon, Saved by the Bell.
Yeah, it's brilliant.
But Zach looks exactly the same as when he was in that show, in that one. Then look at him in the trailer for the new one, and I think you can see a difference.
But it's because he's not playing that young. Here we go, Street Sharks. There it is.
Street Sharks? I don't remember that.
I'll show you a quick photo.
This is for the YouTube people. Anyone else, just Google Street Sharks. Here we go. Mike's going to find the perfect picture. I kind of have a vague... I recognise the dark blue one. I have a vague memory of that.
So, yeah, but he's playing Zach Morris as the teenager in the Jimmy Fallon one, whereas now he's obviously he's playing the governor or whatever he is.
Yeah.
Okay. But there's no news on what UK TV it'll be on yet. It's just American. Anyway, we digress.
It'll be on Netflix. Yeah, so that shark chimpanzee hybrid would be buffed up. A buff shark.
A buff shark.
Otherwise, that shark's head's just been dragged around everywhere. Like that.
Just a weak chimpanzee body and just going...
I'll get you. Just lift up my head and I'll get you. Okay, so we're saying best one, a monkey, a chimpanzee or a hawk, and the worst one, a buff shark or a goldfish. Really.
Yeah.
Okay, it's time, Mike, for listener questions. Is that part of the podcast, Mike, where people send in their questions through the usual means, which, Michael, once again, for your pleasure, you'll get to read out once again. Mm-hmm. And we try and answer them. Just if for some reason people haven't cottoned on how to send questions in to us, and they're one of these many listeners who don't send questions in to us, be that person who actually sends a question this time. Michael, how can people send in questions for listener question segment?
Thank you, David. If you want to send in a question, you can at us at Twitter and Instagram at a Daft Question. Again, DM us, comment in a photo, tweet us, hashtag ADQ, whatever you want. Send us an email, adaftquestion@gmail.com, or comment on one of our YouTube videos. Search for a Daft Question.
Very good. What's on Listener Question Corner this week?
Okay, David. Thank you for asking. First question tonight is from at Ash Dolan 16.
Good old Ash.
He's asked, what way do you make a bowl of cereal? I've heard various ways through the years. I also know someone who microwaves their bowl once made to make it warmer. Is this a thing?
Right. I've never heard of that. I mean,
no, it's not a thing.
Presumably you might warm it up if you've got porridge.
Yeah, but that's not cereal, is it? That's whoever's warming up their cereal has several issues in their life.
You wouldn't warm up Cocoa Pops, would you?
You wouldn't warm up any cereal.
Why it's cold.
You name me one cereal that you've tasted with milk and gone, no, it's too cold, this.
This goes back to whether cereal's a soup.
It does.
Warm up a soup.
It does.
So what is your method for cereal?
Well, now it's cereal in, milk over, bring the milk just to the brim so you can see it just kind of floating on top, and then go for it.
Go for it, yeah. Because if Catherine makes me cereal, she'll put minimal milk in. And I'm like, what are you doing? I'm drinking down that milk afterwards if I've had all the bits. Exactly.
Yeah.
I'll go back and just write, sorry, love, I'm putting more milk in this.
Yeah.
Do you think there's any crazy people out there who would put milk in first?
I think there is. I'm sure I've seen videos.
I've seen videos of it.
This is what I do at night, David.
It's the cereal versions of flat earthers, isn't it? I've seen them. They do it.
When like Lad Bible will put up videos and whatever, and this is wrong, and it might just be to get the views and stuff. But I've seen people put milk in first and then put in the cereal, which is just wrong.
That is just wrong. One of the best cereal things of the year is if you either go camping or go somewhere on holiday that's self-catering and you buy the 6-pack of
multi-packs.
The multi-packs. You don't really buy them any other time of the year.
No, you don't.
Or if you go on holiday, you get your little packet open, you're like, oh, I'm on holiday.
we would have got them for Centre Parks.
Yeah, exactly. Is there any ones in that multi-pack that you purposely leave out?
Or you'd have to remind me of what the
off the top of my head. You can have your Cocoa Pops, your Rice Krispies,
having that,
Frosties,
having that.
You'll probably get cornflakes, I think.
That's one of the last ones.
You get the, is it like multi-grain shapes?
That'd like probably be the last one.
Yeah, so that is the one I never have. I'll let the girls have that one. There you go, girls. Have fun. Knock yourself out. Yeah. Cocoa Pops, I'll have that. Thank you very much.
Cocoa Pops is my favourite out of all the breakfasts. I used to have cereal without milk when I was a kid. Look at that look. The look then.
Okay, let's move on from that. Okay. So hopefully, after we've answered that for you, nobody microwaves. And please, if anybody's listening that does, please explain your reasons for that, or if you have any other different methods for it.
Yes. Right. Next question. Now this is an interesting one, and quite a few people got involved on Twitter.
Okay.
With this one. So at Richard Hobbs 6.
Yeah.
There's a lot of sixes.
There's other Richard Hobbs.
Aisling Dolan was 16, so there's 15 other Ash Dolan. I don't get what the numbers are at the end. Anyway, so he's tweeted us saying, "What's your shower routine?"
Okay.
For reference, I wash my hair with shampoo twice, put conditioner on, body wash twice, then rinse out the conditioner. I will consider a change to my tried and tested routine depending on answers. ADQ.
Now, that whole routine, in my view, is perfectly correct, apart from body wash twice.
So you'd wash your hair with shampoo twice?
Yep. Shampoo twice, conditioner, leave the conditioner in, body wash, rinse conditioner out. That is.
Why just put double the amount of shampoo?
But it is though, isn't it? You put in your shampoo in hair, wash it off, shampoo in hair, wash it off, then conditioner.
Yeah, why bother doing that routine twice? Just whatever you put the first time, just double that same amount, and then you're fine. Then
I don't know what. It's just how I've done it ever since I was a kid, or how I was told to do it. So therefore, my reasoning for doing it.
What's the thinking that you need another lot of shampoo?
I don't know.
Is the first blob not enough?
I don't.
Is your hair that greasy?
Look, when I was a kid, my mom said, "Look, once there, right, let's go again." Why would I change tact?
So it's your mum's fault.
Yeah, don't.
Right, ask your mum for next week as correspondence.
But the conditioner thing, right? Even though I still do it where I leave it in, wash, and then rinse out at the end. There's no thing for that. Like leaving it in, as far as I'm aware, actually doesn't do anything. I just do it out of just.
I don't use conditioner.
Do you get the combined shampoo and conditioner?
No. I use L'Oreal Elvive's hair strengthening triple thing just so I can keep hold of this as long as possible.
Okay,
but I keep that in.
Okay, so you would you put that in?
So my routine is face wash first.
Okay.
Then the shampoo.
Yeah.
Leave the shampoo. Body wash with my little scrubber.
Yep.
And then wash off the shampoo.
Okay. Body wash, not body wash. Face wash at the start's interesting.
Is it?
I think it's interesting. I want to hear other people's shower routines. Divulge your.
When we started this podcast, I don't think we were ever going to say that line.
Divulge your naked secrets. Photos not applicable, of course.
No.
Just give us the routine of the shower routine. So yes,
there was a couple of people on Twitter that came out that responded with their own shower routines.
Okay.
So should we do that now, or should we leave it to actually have correspondence for next week?
Let's do it for correspondence next week.
Oh, really? Oh, okay, then.
Just in case we don't have any correspondence.
Okay, fine.
And that is a tag for people to give us correspondence, please.
But no, I'd be interested to know whether other people laugh at the likes of you, David, and Richard for using shampoo twice and body wash twice. I mean, What's he missing the first time?
I think body wash twice is excess in that regard.
Again, what you mean? What?
Okay, let's move on. Let's see what correspondence we get from next week for that one. Okay, more questions.
Right, more questions. So let me find them now. So
I'm wondering if you're going to read
out
the question. I think you may or may not read out.
I'm done for Twitter.
Okay.
So I think I know which one you mean. I think it's safe to say that I'm avoiding that like the plague.
Could we do the third question on that list though? On that person sent in a list of questions.
Okay, let's have a look.
Third one on that list. So basically, if you remember my previous less successful.
Yes, we could.
So my previous less successful podcast, Mike, Wolves Fancast, Luke, who sent this question in our WhatsApp group, used to always put this question in and wanted this read out on our podcast. And I used to always veto this being read out. And I think Luke's took the opportunity thinking, well, they'll read this out and answer it. And I looked at it, I thought, maybe some things should be kept private. But the last question on that list, I think we could read out and answer.
Yeah. So, at Yam Yam Luke 86, like, is there 85 other Yam Yam Lukes?
Well, no, 86 will be the year he was born.
All right, don't ruin the joke, David.
Well, I doubt that Rich was born in the year 6.
2006. Right, so his third question is, when you're on the toilet, are you folding the toilet paper or scrunching the toilet paper?
And we're talking about number 2 here, just to clarify.
I mean, do you use it for number 1?
It's a scrunch for me. I'm not folding it up.
Shut up. You're not, are you?
Yeah, just scrunch it up.
I don't think I've ever met a scruncher.
Would you perfectly fold it up, do you?
Well, not perfectly, but I get enough layers just so it's smooth.
No, just rip, scrunch, do your deed. Done.
I used to scrunch when I was in primary school.
But now you've become a bit more upper class of it. Ooh, yes, I'll fold on my toilet paper, thank you.
No, you've got to fold. You don't scrunch.
No, don't.
Is it not painful?
No, it's exactly the same. It's not like the edges of a toilet paper are like daggers. It's the same consistency.
But then, do you not think you get? You've just got more of an area to.
I don't think it makes a difference.
Wipe.
Really. I don't think it makes a difference.
Well, it doesn't make a difference, David. This whole podcast doesn't make a difference to anything. You've shocked me there.
You thought I was a bit more.
I thought you were a fold kind of guy. Did Andrex do a massive thing on this a couple of years ago?
Did they? As in what?
And massive TV advertisement. Are you a scruncher or a folder?
What show?
And I remember watching it thinking, you're surely not a scruncher. You're not 50 years old and you're a scruncher. Kids do that. But no, apparently in your 30s you do it as well.
Yeah. I'm a full on. Well, let's find out from the masses. Hashtag scrunch or fold. Which one are you?
Yeah, hashtag scrunch, hashtag fold.
Let's people if they will divulge that private information.
I'm shocked.
Right. Okay. More questions.
Right. Okay. So Tony Barlow has got in touch.
Yep.
Good question. This. How do they get chocolate so smooth on a Malteser?
Ooh. What are we saying? Well, the outer layer.
Yeah,
because inside it's
just a crispy bit thing.
I think it's just Nestlé's magical powers of them putting chocolate on.
Yeah, because initially I'm thinking, well, you just dunk them, but then you'd get the bit dripping.
Yeah. It's tiny little elves painting the chocolate on. That's what it is.
Is that what it is?
That's what it is. Because but then what's the difference with any other chocolate bars? What other chocolate bars aren't as smooth? Because other chocolate bars probably have definition to it because they've been printed on. So I presume Tony's saying that it's literally a perfect symmetrical.
It is, yeah.
Which
is probably a bit harder than your normal flat dairy milks.
Yes. Nestle, get in touch. Tell us how you do it.
Please do.
Or maybe not. Maybe
we'll tweet them.
Yeah, maybe it's a secret they want to keep.
Because then otherwise your likes of Aldi will make Maltesers.
Maltesers. My best Aldi memory ever of a knockoff was I must have been a kid when Aldi was first coming to the UK.
Right.
But it was still a bit of a kind of a faux pas to go to Aldi.
Yes.
And I remember going once as a kid, and it's when Sunny D was massive in trend, and there was a knockoff Sunny D, same style bottle, same graphic design, but it was called Citrus Sensation, and the sensation was spelled with a C.
Oh.
Always. Do you remember the story?
Damn with kids.
Do you remember the story of the kid who drank too much Sunny D? Their skin turned orange.
Is this true?
Well,
it can't be true.
Unless it was in the Daily Star, then maybe it's not true.
Was it in the Daily Star?
It might have been. It was all in the news, wasn't it, at the time?
Yeah. But like,
I never liked Sunny D.
How much? What? Really?
Never. I remember trying it, but like, nah.
You're scrunching non-Sunny D type of person, you. Yeah. If you're going to drink enough Sunny D to turn your skin yellow, like you're not getting up for air.
No, and you got to look at the parents as well buying that much.
Oh, I'd blame the parents absolutely. It's their fault. Who in the right mind would be like, yeah, it is 20 quid, knock yourself out.
Yeah.
And then you just come back with buy one, get one free Sunny D's, and he's just there in his bedroom. I mean, there's worse things that could have been done in his bedroom, but to then come out and be like, look at me, Mom, I think I've done something wrong.
Hook it up to my veins. Okay.
It can't be true.
Okay, so chocolate on a Malteser smoothie. Sorry, we don't know. We need to investigate that with Maltesers. Any other questions on listener question corner?
Yes. Last one. My Auntie Sharon.
Auntie Sharon
from across the pond.
Oh, from across the pond. Okay.
Why do you have fingertips but not toe tips?
Oh, that is a good one.
Good question.
Yeah, that is a good one. Maybe
if you're taking, I mean,
because you don't call them you call them a fingernail still, don't you? You can call them fingernails.
No, it's that bit, David, we're talking about.
Yeah, sorry, my anatomy is getting it wrong there, yeah.
What did you think we were talking about?
I think about the nail bit.
No, it's a nail, it's a fingertip. Look, so the fingertip's that bit, like the...
It's late. Come on, give me that. Give me
it's the bit just underneath your nail. That's the fingernail.
Okay, so
fingertip.
Okay, yeah, so that is true, actually. Why don't we say toe tips?
But you say tiptoes. You only tiptoes.
You do.
Which I've just thought of.
Yeah.
Mental, innit?
I mean, that's blowing my mind.
But what do you call it then? So if it's not toe tips, what are they called?
I don't think they're called anything.
I don't think they're called anything.
You'd say the tip of your toes.
Yes.
Not toe tips.
So the thinking's still there.
Yeah, but it's just no one's got around to...
Like, because you'd say the tip of your fingers.
Yes.
Like if you're a goalkeeper, for example.
Yes. Okay.
But they'd also say fingertip save. But you wouldn't say he just hit that with his toe tips.
You imagine the commentator saying, and he saved it with the top of... Oh, no, he saved it with his toe tips.
Yeah.
Then we'd be like, what? Toe tips?
Interesting one.
That's blowing my mind just as much as the fly going upside down.
Someone commented on that, didn't they? Saying that it was like, oh yeah, wow, I didn't even think of that.
Okay, so I think we need more people to give us a reason. There must be a reason for that. There must be. Have
we got time for me to Google it?
Why don't we move on?
Okay.
Let's let people give us that answer. Right, it's time for the next part of the podcast. It's time for Surprise Question. On Surprise Question, it's our chance to ask each other a question we haven't had preparation for. It's Surprise Question. Last week, it was my turn where I gave Michael the waffle medieval gate conundrum. This week, it's Michael's turn for Surprise Question. So, Michael, what have you got store for me this week?
David.
Michael.
If you had to get to an urgent appointment and were unable to use conventional methods of transport, which farmyard animal would you ride to the appointment except a horse?
Oh, okay, right. So you can't use a horse, a farmyard animal. See, okay. So you wouldn't go for a cow because they'd still be quite slow despite their size.
Okay.
I think riding a pig would be quite fun.
Mm-hmm.
I think they'd be quite fast, little whip, just go for it. Farmyard animal. Problem is, it's got to be an animal. I presume we were saying that they've got to be the size. They can't be blown up. It can't be.
It's the size, yes. So whatever animal. Okay. So if you say chicken, you're riding the chicken.
It can't be the buff shark analogy. It's got to be.
Not a buff shark analogy, no.
Okay, farmyard animal. Okay. See, a pig at the moment is leading contender. I'm trying to think of a big farmyard animal that's not a horse. I bet there's loads. Can't be and you can't combine multiple animals to make one giant animal. No. Oh damn! Because you could have you could combine loads of swans, and you could get them to fly you to that destination.
You could.
And I get my swan thing in again this week.
We didn't get it in last week, though.
No, we didn't. No, we broke the streak. That's how the Undertaker must have felt.
Call us Brock Lesnar.
Oh, man, it's got to be a pig, surely. You can get a big enough pig that you could ride on. That would probably, but the 4 legs take so long on 4 legs. Oh, an ox, maybe. You got your horns to bash people out the way if need be, but you've got the same states.
Isn't ox a conventional farmyard animal?
Yeah, it's probably not, is it? I've got to say a pig. I think it'd be fun. It'd be fun. I think you get a large enough pig that you can sit on easily and travel. Get a little saddle.
You could
make a little fun. Yeah, a pig. What would you go for on that occasion?
I think a pig. Yeah. I think depending on the size of pig, because I think if you get a big pig, then you ain't getting anywhere.
Get a big hog, and then once you've got there, when they're tied out, you're a bit hungry. Get on the roast. A pig. Get your
I like this thinking, but I wondered if a bull would be quite decent.
Yeah, because you could still count it as a conventional farmyard animal because you need a bull. I don't know my farm terminology, but I presume you have one bull too many cows.
I thought you get bulls, and just from little bit of knowledge of bull riding, whatever they call it in America.
Yeah.
They seem like they've got some bit of speed and power to them. So I think if not a pig, I think a bull would probably be decent.
Have you got the issue with a bull, though, that the temperament is there constantly? So it could get you somewhere there quickly, but it could also throw you off and kill you.
Well, I mean, whatever animal you're picking, you're running a risk, aren't you?
With a pig, it's not easy going to kick you off and kill you.
No, I think I'd try and make peace and be at one with the bull beforehand.
Have a psychic link with that bull.
Yeah, just forehead to forehead.
Talking of pigs, a few weeks ago, I took me and Catherine took the girl to a big farm place, an hour away. There's loads of activities and that. There's a big outdoor thing, and there were some pigs there. And I saw a sign at a certain time they did pig racing.
Cool.
And I was like, here we go. Pig racing.
Come on, girls. Daddy's got you a treat.
So we went off to a playground, another bit, and I think we could hear the pig start. I was like, pig racing. We're going to get to the pig racing. We got there too late. I heard them racing, and I missed it. And I was like, I'm not happy.
Gutted.
Not happy. The pigs were all done racing.
Who won?
Pig A. I don't know.
Pig A. I was looking for a babe answer.
Oh, yeah, true. Yeah, that'll do, pig. That'll do. But yeah, so pig racing, I'd like to see it in real. Unfortunately, I didn't get to.
People aren't riding the pigs, are they?
No, it was just themselves. I don't think they're that cruel.
And it's a safe environment. They're not being tasered out the blocks.
Well, again, I didn't see it, but that's my impression that they were just kind of run.
In that case, then I want to see them.
Yes. Someone send us pig racing videos, please.
And then the loser is bacon butties all around.
Oh, yes. But then surely you'd want the fatter pig would probably be slower. Yeah. So everyone wins really in that.
Yeah, you get your 4 slices out of that, I tell you.
Okay, should we get on to last question?
Please do.
Michael, kids' TV shows. As a kid, we would love watching them. There were many great kids' TV shows, game shows.
Street Sharks.
Yeah, obviously we're talking about kids' game shows here. Many ones that we watched. We all wanted to be part of them, but we never probably had the knowledge or confidence to ever apply to be on one. So my question to you, Michael, what is the GOAT of kids' TV game shows? Here we go. I've got a list myself. What are you going for?
I've got 2 for different reasons.
Okay. Are they joint top then for different reasons?
Well, no, I think there's definitely one that stands out. There's one goat for me.
Yeah.
And I very much hope that you're going to agree with me on this.
Okay, good.
Because otherwise, this podcast, I'm learning a whole new level of details, intimate details about you, David, that I never thought I would.
Episode 8 could be the last of our podcast.
There's no episode 9.
So do the other one first. You don't go for the...
Okay, fine. Okay, build it up.
Yeah.
So, because... Yeah, I suppose the premise, mainly because of the premise of the show.
Yeah.
Get your own back.
Okay, yeah. Good.
Like, who would not want the opportunity for their teacher, parents, their older sibling to be like, yeah, you've picked on me. You've marked you gave me an F in history or whatever. Let me get my own back on you. And then just get them gunged. Like, who would not want that?
But what parent or teacher agrees to do that?
Someone who's fame hungry, David.
Yeah. And could you imagine
someone who couldn't get on Big Brother that year and thought, well, this is the only way?
Could you imagine you're the teacher or parent who agrees to do that, and as a kid you don't win? Because you're as the adult, you're like, you thought you could trick me.
Yeah.
But I've got all the fame.
Well, I think I'd be up, like, if it was still around and Ivy's old enough and whatever, and she said, right, Dad, I want to get you on this, I'd be up for it, you know.
Okay.
Would you be up for it?
No, because I just wouldn't want to humiliate my kids in that bit. I'm just going to easily... What would Ivy be getting her own back on, though? Do you think in years to come?
Who knows? I'd like to think I'm going to be a fresh, hip, cool dad.
You've
got a nose piercing at 5 years age. Cool, trendy.
You're quickly realise that won't be the case, Mike. Me and my 4-year-old already fall out like she's a teenager.
Really?
So, yeah. We very much have got the father-daughter teenage relationship already.
Great.
She's 4. Okay, so get your own back. Yeah, my sister's ex was once the adult contestant.
Really?
I think I vaguely remember the episode as a kid and remember being like, I've just seen the episode, and she just was like, kind of be like, shut up, David, shut up. Yeah, so I remember that. Get your own back, very much on point. So what is your ultimate then, Mike?
The ultimate?
Yeah.
This isn't up for debate, as far as I'm concerned.
Here we go. Fingers crossed it's the same one as me. Come on.
There's only one mullet in town, and it's got to be Funhouse.
Yes. Get in. Funhouse.
Has to be.
Yes.
Like, it was a dream to be on that.
Funhouse is the GOAT, easily, of kids' game shows. Let's be clear as well. It only would really matter from the go-kart race onwards.
You went on that program to go to the go-karts and then to get to the fun house.
Yeah.
When you went to like fun fairs at Halloween and stuff, and you saw a fun house, you're like, oh, this is my chance now. And it was nothing like what it was on TV. Absolutely nothing like it.
And it was the slowest go-kart race of all time as well.
Yeah. Like, you watch it back now, like, it's not Lewis Hamilton, this.
And then you get on the fun house, and if people have never seen Funhouse, it was almost like a giant kind of soft play setup with slides and ball pools. And the idea was that there were different kind of tags around, and you had a set amount of time. You had to rush around and get as many tags as you could, because each tag represents the prize, which Pat Sharp, the presenter, would go through at the start. And then at the allotted end of time, he would then say what you've won. But the catch was you didn't get any of the prizes unless you answered a question that you got like 10 seconds for. I'm still convinced this date that one of the questions that the two kids were asking in one episode to answer in 10 seconds was name all the star signs. I'm convinced as a kid.
No.
That was one. It was probably 3.
Name 3 star signs.
I'm sure as a kid it was all of them. I remember the kids like struggled after 5. And I was like, name all the star signs.
I'd struggle after 3.
Yeah. But it was usually a question that was easy enough to get.
You were screaming. That was like the equivalent of Who Wants to Be a Millionaire. You're screaming at the TV like it's London.
Yeah. London. Do you remember the theme song, Mike? Can you sing the theme song?
Come
on.
Ish. It's crazy. It's fun. It's a whole lot of something. Fun house. Oh, a lot of fun. Prize to be won. Now, in fact, recently, I did this voice to Lucy It's a real crazy show where anyone goes. And she was like, didn't go like that. Because I did like dead posh, and apparently it's not posh, it's spooky.
It's a real funny place. Anything can happen.
I did it quite posh, and she was like, "It's not that." I was like, "Yeah, it is." It's not that. I was like,
there's a great guitar riff because it goes.
I'm gonna get it. It's, to be fair, it's probably the go-to theme tunes as well.
It is, yeah, it is. So Funhouse definitely up there. Here we go. Mike's gonna play it
after the adverts. 3, 2, 1, 2. Bloody hell!
Again, who's paying for YouTube to not get the ads? I just can't be bothered with that. Or a bit of saxophone, electronic saxophone, yeah.
See, he is posh.
Yeah. Oh, I thought there was a I was saying later versions. You know what I could have?
They might have done that in the go-karts.
Yes, what I could easily do here, Mike, is just clip that audio in. I could have just done that. So we're saying that's the GOAT, but what are the kids' game shows from our era, particularly? Because other ones now, well, I don't know if there are any ones now, but
I haven't thought too, David.
Do you not remember Finders Keepers?
Yes,
there's a gigantic house.
Yeah, I did.
And let's be honest, and you had to find like a tiny ball or something.
Yeah.
But the great thing about that is you could just wreck a room.
I know. And then like the next bit, they're going like the next phase of it or whatever. Obviously you might in the first round do the kitchen, and then the second round you might do a bedroom. But you walk past the kitchen, it's tidy again. Like as an adult, now that's the dream.
And
who are those cleaners?
Do you remember 50-50?
I do, but I weren't into it.
Oh, but the thing with 50-50 was it was two schools against each other, and I used to watch thinking, how do you apply to this? Like, I don't know any other kid from a school who's been on this.
Mm-hmm.
And would your school actually, if you went to your school and went, right, can we apply to go on this? Would they actually accept it? Would they go, yeah, boy, let's have a day out show and go on a game show? No. What kind of great schools were they? The best bit I used to find funny as a kid watching 50-50 was obviously every kid was assigned a number, 1 to 50, and they would then randomly, inverted commas, call out numbers to take part in the set challenge.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, but there used to be interlude bits where they used to ask general knowledge questions, and they would randomly pick a number from the crowd, and they would ask them a question. So they go, number 26, and then they'd ask them a question. If the kid got it wrong, you could see all their classmates be like, "Oh, for fuck's sake, what are you doing?"
Yeah, you'd get picked on.
Yeah. You imagine you were the kid who got the question wrong to not go to the final round.
You'd be sat on your own like coach on the way back. No one would speak to you. And then the day after at school, everyone would take the piss out of you.
And what was the prize? The prize was just new computers for your school, which
was it? Right, okay. Which was huge back then.
It was huge, but then in reality, because the whole school would have to use them, how much time would you personally get to use them?
Oh, no, you wouldn't.
Only in your IT lesson. So you'd be like,
in primary school, we didn't get IT lessons.
What did you have? Just
every year we just collected vouchers for Asda to try and get a computer, and then every so often we had to do a printout or something, and be like, right, go on the computer. I think there was 4 computers out of the entire school.
And how many vouchers?
High school, 30 computers in the IT room. It's like, oh, this is great.
I'd like to know if anybody out there they knew anyone who went on 50-50, or did they themselves go on 50-50? Any of these kids someone must have been in the audience or at least gone on one of these game shows. I'd like to know.
Not as a kid, and this was at uni, so I think I probably told you this. I went for an audition for 8 out of 10 Cats.
Yes, I remember.
Because they were exploring some sort of general public bit of the show. And I went along and just had to speak something to camera. And I was in a room with two other guys and we were talking about the topics of whatever. And I was taking the piss out of this Scottish guy. And then this woman, this producer, was talking to me afterwards, and she was really keen, like, "Oh, so you're from uni, aren't you? And you live in the north, but you're down here and whatever. Yeah, you came across really well, blah blah blah." And I'm like, "Yeah, I'm going to be on TV. I'm going to be on TV." And I've never heard anything since. And I've not even seen like a general public thing.
No, they must have just abandoned the idea.
I think it was. Do you remember when they used to do like Big Brother specials? And you used to have like 8 housemates that like, yeah, throw the front, throw the back. I wondered if it was going to be something like that, where each week they'd get new members of the public.
Yeah.
But it didn't happen.
No, they saw you and thought, if we can't get any better than this if we do the concept, so let's just abandon it now.
But it was a shame though, because the next phase we were meant to meet Jimmy Carr.
Oh, okay. Do you like a testing?
Yeah, I thought so. Yeah.
Oh, you get to hear that famous laugh. That was good, actually. That was quite good. Perfect.
That's in my armour impressions.
Okay, so
what's my armour? That's not even make sense. To me, Arsenal.
Okay, so the GOAT of kids' TV game shows is easily Funhouse. Your own suggestions, please. And if you were on one of these shows or in the audience or know someone who was on one of these shows, please let us know. Mike, that's it. Podcast number 8 done once again. And for one final time for this episode, Mike, if people want to get in touch, send us your questions or follow us on the general socials for your general witty banter. I say witty banter, it's just resharing questions at the minute. How, where, and where can people follow us?
We are on Twitter. Tweet us at A Daft Question. We're on Instagram. DM us, comment on a photo at A Daft Question. Email us, adaftquestion@gmail.com, or search A Daft Question on YouTube and comment on one of our videos.
Lovely,
can you message on YouTube? Can you message?
I don't think you can. No, I think it's just leave a comment.
I searched for it today to write down the comment for correspondence, and I started for the first time, and I don't know if it's just because I've watched a lot of it, but as I typed "a Daft," A Daft Question was the first thing that came up.
I'd like to say because a lot of people have searched for it, Mike, but I think in that regard, it's your YouTube or algorithm.
It came above a Daft Punk. Ooh. Who's searching for a Daft Punk? I don't know.
No.
Because it's Daft Punk. But anyway.
In our minds, let's say a lot of people are searching for it, and that's the reason why. Okay. So for this episode, it's bye from Michael.
It's bye from David.
It is bye from me. See you next time.